Get her fixed.
I think so.
What about the rest of the meeting?
We have it recorded also, so we can go back to if anybody's interested. And, you know, via voice, so if anybody's interested, they can catch up also through voice.
This is kind of a fine line. Because saying about people different.
I appreciate Dave and Jeremiah helping out, getting it going. Krista, thank you all for helping.
Saying there's some truth to what Harold said.
Huh?
It's, what are you saying? There's some truth to what Harold
Yeah.
said. I agree.
So that's about me.
You guys are wanting to do stuff right, we need to do stuff right.
Okay, so we have it here. We're not denying it. When things happen, there's no way people, you just can't shut down a whole hour and a half meeting and end it because of a technical issue. And then now it's fixed. People help. We got it going. Everything's recorded. It's documented. We have minutes. So therefore, it's still a legal meeting.
We'll all work on that so this doesn't happen because this is illegal.
No, it's not.
It is.
Is it not?
Zoom not working,
Excuse me, I have a question. Zoom not working is illegal?
Yes.
Zoom not working is illegal?
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's not. You pull up which law it says that Zoom not working and having internet connections is illegal, and then we'll entertain it. Otherwise, it's not. It's no law.
It is.
Stuff happens, just like Mr. Ferguson said. No one can control it. We can't reverse time. It's documented and recorded already, so that's not an issue. Now we're just wasting time about an illegal meeting that doesn't exist. This is still legal. If anyone wants to see what they missed, go ahead and listen to the audio, just like anyone else here would do. That's what I have to say.
Okay, shall we resume our meeting? The Zoom is corrected. Correspondence, correspondence.
You have them right there. That's it.
Oh, the Wheeler County, the soil, Wheeler County stock growers dinner and presentation, which is going to be on Friday, March 17th, 2023 at 5 p.m. at the Isabel Edwards Hall, Wheeler County Fairgrounds in Fossil. It's going to be brought on by the Wolf Vintage Book Presentation. And then they sent a correspondence as well with that. It's the Wheeler County Soil and Water Composition.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Conservation. Thank you much. Now on to grant opportunities and updates.
FEMA update is that, I don't know if we discussed this in the work session, Business Oregon, the 25%, did we discuss that? Okay, I think that's just kind of left on there to keep us abreast of it being ongoing.
Okay. And update on community development funds.
That is this quick report. Has allocated what we've spent, what's left, and that's as of after I just got the bill from North River for the new heaters and the panel upgrade.
And then the firefighters, museums, cemeteries. CIS.
Oh, sorry, that's where it is.
And resolution 2302. Okay. Take an action on that, do we not?
Yes.
Okay.
Like me to read the resolution?
Yes, I would.
Resolution 2302 USDA Rural Development Search Grant, a resolution of the city of Mitchell, Wheeler County, Oregon, authorizing the city clerk to apply for a search special evaluation assistance for rural communities and household code grant through USDA Rural Development for fiscal year 22-23. Whereas the city has received a grant from Business Oregon to use for preparing an improvement plan for the city water system. The grant from Business Oregon by itself is not sufficient to cover the cost of said improvement plan. And whereas USDA provides search grants for up to $30,000 for cities to utilize in improvements to public utilities. Whereas the city of Mitchell is an incorporated city of the state of Oregon. And whereas the city of Mitchell needs to improve the city's existing water system to the benefit of the residents of the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the city of Mitchell, Oregon in regular or special session assembled, do hereby find, declare, and resolve as follows: that the improvements to the city's water system are necessary to the well-being of the city's residents. The USDA Rural Development is respectfully requested to consider the completed funding application for partial funding of the proposed improvement plan. That the city of Mitchell does hereby direct the city clerk to complete the application for the search grant and for the mayor to sign said application, and does hereby pledge complete cooperation and assistance to the end that said city may share and participate in the use and benefit of search grant, and therefore does not designate, designate Mayor Stephen Tripp as the official representative of the city in all negotiations resulting from this request. And then passed on the other side, passed 21st day of February 2023. And then signature lines, I don't think I need to read that part.
Would like to make a motion that we accept the resolution 23-02 USDA Rural Development Search Grant.
Motion. Council, open for discussion. Anthony?
How much is it gonna cost?
I don't think it's gonna cost anything.
We're getting money. We're getting services.
Yeah, getting money for helping to go ahead and.
Any costs for application?
No.
No cost.
Sorry.
Stan.
Well, yeah.
I might be able to do it over the internet.
Well, and then in order to, so that our city engineer could do our plan for the water system, so we can apply for more funding for redoing our water.
I'm having individual, you know, not having to go out. Council ready to vote on that? Riley?
Aye.
Ms. Cook, Ms. Cutnell? Aye. Mr. Reeves?
Anthony, yes.
Ken Ferguson, aye.
Catherine Cook, aye.
Pass. Thank you. Thank you. And the Business Oregon Block Grant.
So I was actually had picked that up and I have been reading through it and I have not fulfilled all the obligations and finished reading. So I'm having information.
Okay, we'll table that until work session or next meeting. Okay. New business. Financial review increase fee to continue. Maybe an action on here.
I thought it was on here.
Wow.
Possibly go to the next thing.
Let me see if I can, okay, we'll just sit that out to the side for a moment then. And for new business is vote on council attendance. Action.
You can vote on this and stuff, but I have an absence on 2 of mine, and I was only absent 1, and that's late 1. On December 6th, I came in late.
What are we voting on anyway?
And that what we're talking about? Vote on council attendance.
Kristen, the vote on the council attendance. Yeah.
I did pass out attendance at the last meeting and was not corrected.
I think we have. That lost budget.
Yeah. Back page was probably heavy.
It's for that.
Where's the back?
No, it's right after your financial statements, the profit and loss.
And the one I was talking about on December 6th, I'm absent on this, but that's when I came in late and you said, meeting after that report that Terry came in late. So, yeah, but January 24th, yes, I was absent.
What?
Approve and disapprove are, I.
To make a motion for your approval or non-approval for the council attendance.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the absence of Teresa for absence.
Well, I have to second that.
Oh, we approving the actions or correcting?
I was making a motion to approve the date that she absence.
Absent on the 24th and late on the 6th.
First one, the second. Mr. Riley?
I'm getting her too. I can't vote.
So we're voting to approve the fixing of that. Okay, I'm vote to accept. Oh.
A day.
I'm getting that.
I have to read this.
Ken Person, aye.
Kevin Kirk, aye. Was it seconded at all?
Pardon me?
Was the motion even seconded at all?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
It was-
okay, thank you.
It was seconded by Ethan.
Okay.
Anthony seconded, right? And started voting.
Yeah, so he
And,
voted first because Teresa wasn't capable of being.
And that's what I brought.
Yeah, but yeah. It does get a little confusing sometimes, doesn't it? Yes, it does. On to fee waiver for special event permit.
Or what, special events, we're talking about painted hills and
Oh, it's just for the,
This one right here.
all the yellow.
Okay.
Yes, I gotcha.
For Skeeter's wedding.
Whoa, you're gonna start some gossip. You're gonna start some gossip.
I will retract that. No,
Sandy,
it's for her
Don't mess
grandson.
with Skeeter, okay?
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, I know. You don't mess with Skeeter.
it's asking for a waiver. I don't see what she's asking for a waiver on here.
This- The special event is $150 to rent the park. And they have, I don't know if she said on here, between 25 and 35 guests. They're gonna use the parking lot and the restrooms. They will haul their own trash. And the park for the day. No alcohol, no music.
She wants to not have to pay the $150 fee.
Not even half.
It's up to you.
Chris, go ask.
Okay.
Forgive me, somebody. Please come upstairs. I make a motion that we don't give a fee waiver for this event. This be the read for the wedding. It's Peter's grandson.
So that, I, just to clarify, they're saying they're gonna haul all the garbage, they're gonna take care of the garbage.
Yeah, 216.
I would think that they would get it for the day. There's probably some setup and whatnot that will need to take place, but yes, they will take the trash themselves.
Have we made a motion yet?
Yes. I made a motion that we do not give a special fee waiver.
Okay.
For a second.
No, there's not been a second.
Yeah. Okay.
So what-
I just don't think we should, if there's a fee for using the park, there should be a fee for using the park. I don't know. I don't know why we should pick and choose who we let
If they,
not pay and not and pay.
she, she's been here forever, but if they clean up after their messes and all that, I don't know, I don't know. I like the people to think that they can go to the park anytime and have friends down there and birthday parties. There's a birthday party down there this summer, some kids, lasted most of the day. So
Discussing?
Well, we have a motion that's been made, but it's
That's
not been seconded,
so
so,
I rescind my motion then.
Anthony,
I make a motion that this be gifted to them as a wedding present. No, yeah, I make a motion not to charge them at all for this one particular event. Next time.
is there a
First one's
second
free.
on that?
I second that.
So Anthony. Open for discussion? Or you want to just go right to the vote?
Question. So the only reason why we're waiving this fee is because they said they'd haul their trash and because of loyalty.
Favoritism, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So does that set a precedent for every other event that we hold after this? Could we-
I think I can kind of answer that for you. You also have to realize that they plow snow on the sidewalks for free for the city and do other things for the city for free in addition to being members of the ambulance. I mean, John is, which is, so, I mean, I think given what they're giving to the city, I'm good with it, but I'm not a voting member, so that doesn't
I
matter.
totally understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying what they do isn't, or taken for granted or recognized, and I don't want to disvalue that, I guess what could be argued is that if that's a volunteer thing that they choose to do, it's a volunteer thing that they choose to do on their time, and this is a universal fee for anybody else that would want to host a wedding per se. And so I guess that still poses the argument that we're still picking and choosing, or favoritism, as Councilor Cook said, in the future, I guess it just still sets a precedent.
Does it even require a permit
No.
for 25 to 30 people?
See, for birthdays and everything, nobody,
Have they had 25
yeah,
to 30?
that's the thing, yes, things have happened down there. People haven't got to me, nobody's raised a fuss. That's why I do, because we're loyal to each other also. Lights, whatever you want to call us, and they're business people, and like Jeremiah was saying, they do an awful lot for the community.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and the next person that might come along and want to rent some, don't do diddly squat, we don't know them. And if you check them out, maybe, maybe not, but it depends on the next person that comes out. That's why we have the right to say yay or nay.
Right, but then this shouldn't be a universal, you should specify that you're gonna pick and choose based on what you think
No,
is
we don't
good.
have to
Hold
do
on, hold
that.
on. But you just said that
Point
if
of order,
somebody,
point of
Yeah,
order.
what,
Wait a minute, she's still around. She's still speaking, is she not?
what I understood from what you just said is that if someone who didn't meet your standards of contributing to the community, they should have to pay the fee instead of versus someone who does contribute to the community who gets it waived. And
I didn't know
that would not be, I'm sorry, is that not what you?
no, but it sounds good. But no, no, what I'm saying is,
You just said that someone who didn't contribute.
Two things. One, we have a point of order that now needs to be decided. And then I'll say my second thing.
Where are we in this right now? What are we doing?
We are making a motion or not to accept or not accept.
So motion has been made, was it seconded? That was
Yes.
rescinded, right?
and I second.
And then I made the motion to
Yeah.
0, okay.
Yes. And then it got opened up for discussion.
That's where we're at.
And we
thank you.
had people that have stated that they think that it's going to be a situation where we're going to be only accepting fees from people that don't have or don't donate time or energy to the city.
Or X, Y, Z, it's
Or-
just,
right.
it's setting a precedent that you are able to pick and choose who gets to pay the fee. Because as the council stated, they were waiving this because they've been here, they've been good to the city, they've been here a really long time. And thanks Skeeter for everything that they, she does and everything. But still that sets a precedent that you're able to pick and choose who gets it based on loyalty to the city. Because that's
Actually,
what it's,
Actually, as I read, as I heard, he's made the motion that the city should go ahead to them as a wedding present, correct? And that's how it was motioned and seconded.
okay, so then, all right, my concern with that is that the city's going to pay for, not only waive a fee, but cover the fee for an event because someone is good to the community. Versus, are you going to decide that for everybody else, whether they're good to the community or not, if they want to waive a fee in the future?
If you put into hours or fees or whatever, that any of them do for the city, like John is with the ambulance and they do sidewalks during the winter and helps people and stuff. Do we prepay that?
Is volunteer work required to be paid?
No,
Okay,
but you're getting into such an issue on this. All we want to say is it's a wedding present. That's all we want to say. Yes, we have the right to say that.
I didn't say you didn't have the right. I was just raising
Then why
a
are you
concern.
questioning?
I never, because I'm allowed to, it's open for discussion, is it not?
You keep questioning the same thing. You keep saying the same thing. I'm not going to argue with you. We have.
I
the
am
right
not,
to
to
say
make it
that.
clear, I'm not arguing with Councilor Riley right now. I'm not arguing.
I just wanted to make the distinction between the special event application and having birthdays. You are absolutely allowed to have birthdays. Nobody's saying you can't use the park unless you get a rent. It's reserved for you that day. You have a reservation. The entire park is yours. That's what is offered that day. So if you go have a birthday party at your will, then you have the chance that people are gonna come and want to swing and be involved in your party too, or what have you. That's the chance that you take when you just use it. If it's a special use, it's all yours.
Forgive me, guys. If a fire chief son wanted to get married and have a wedding down there, would you bypass his fees? When you, Alex Rabel was getting married and had a wedding, would you say, hey, you don't have to pay? Just something to think about.
Let's vote.
Or say no fee.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
No,
Happy wedding.
happy wedding.
Happy wedding.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I say no fee. And what's in this, yes or no? No fee, but yes, you can have it.
May you restate the motion, please?
The journey created by Anthony Reeves was to waive the fee, to waive the special event fee, and donate it to them, Skeeter and her grandson, as a wedding gift.
Second.
It's already been Christmas.
I say yes, then, the way he put it.
Yes.
Anthony Reeves. Yes.
Jefferson, I.
As a cook, I.
Pass.
All right.
Your point is,
Your point is
your
taken,
point
yes.
is.
Oh, I know. I wasn't concerned. Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
much accepted, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, there is the two sides. on it.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. I didn't want you to think
Oh, no.
it was just.
No, absolutely.
Okay, now we're on to payroll service. Karina Jager from Wheeler County.
I have a question for Krista, but I'll let her finish writing. If we initiate the payroll service for with Karina Jagger, does that mean we no longer have to pay for it to be on your computer system? That we pay on our bills payroll services off your computer? Do we no longer have to pay for that?
You will no longer have to pay for the advanced payroll. We'll still have to have the QuickBooks. She will send direct deposit via her computer.
Okay, so,
She will send the pay stubs to us
okay,
and we will make it as a journal entry.
okay, so it'll be an entry, but it won't be a. Okay, what are we paying, the payroll services that come on our bills?
The payroll, it's either taxes.
No, I understand that, but not the individual things. Are we currently paying for, other than the QuickBooks records, are we paying for a service to do, help you do payroll right now on the computer? Okay,
The enhanced payroll allows you to be able to get customer support if you should need it specifically with payroll.
okay,
But I believe that takes off $25 a month by not having that.
okay, and we will not need that if he doesn't.
You will not need that.
Okay, so we'll be saving $25.
Correct.
Okay, I wanted to just mention that and make people think about it.
Krista, how much of a workload will that alleviate for you?
A lot.
Percentage like on, giving percent on a daily basis? No, on paydays, that's once a month or twice a month.
It's once a month, and that's not so much the problem is all the reporting. So you have to report in 3 different places. And so it's the reporting that takes the most time. And when you're not in it enough to be proficient at it, it takes time to find things. And where does this thing go? She will take care of the end year taxes, the quarterly taxes, and then payroll will be sent to us as a journal entry, and then the pay stubs.
So how many hours do you think it'll save you? 10 hours a month?
No, not a month. An hour a month for payroll, and then quarterly taxes, probably 6 to 8, sometimes 4, and then end of year, another 6 to 8. So I know that's not a total, but that's about every quarter, 6 to 8.
Hours?
6 to 8 hours every quarter, so times 4, and
Okay.
then 6 to 8 end year. Sending out your W-2s, your 1099, all of your filings and
Okay. And about an hour a month?
Yeah. If,
Okay,
if we have any questions about payroll at any time, will she be available?
Yes, and she is willing to come over and just give some pointers and a little bit of, cleanup on aisle QuickBooks. So she's available,
Okay. Okay.
for more than just this.
Good.
Motion.
I would like to put in a motion for the payroll service, Karina Jager for Wheeler County action for Wheeler County.
second it.
Well, not around the area, does she go to people? Do we know?
Oh, yeah, she does everybody else's.
Okay, thank you.
She does like half of the county's taxes.
Just to make a comment, She's gonna be charging what, $100 a month? Okay, and we're already saving $42 a month. We're taking a month off of Krista's, now off of Krista's pay every month. And $25 off the computer program a month. So we're already, that's 42, and she's only charging 100. So what, it's not that much more expensive to have her do. I just want to make that point.
It's been opened up for discussion. Do you want to discuss further or go ahead and vote?
Spoke.
Okay. Teresa?
I,
Me?
Aye.
Anthony?
Anthony, Reeves, yes.
Kenneth Ferguson, aye.
As a cook, I,
Pass unanimous. Okay. On to the next. It's the invitation.
I don't want it to be a generic one. I just want to keep it the way it was with God. I think God's been taken out of so much things and out of so many schools and every place. We're a little town. I'd like to be able to keep it that way.
We have to make a motion or anything?
yeah,
Anthony?
Make a motion that that it will be the choice of the presenter for the invocation, whether they want to say God or not. I want to leave God in there, but I don't want to make it sound like the person. Choice. But it leaves it open for people like myself that don't want to do away with it.
Right.
But that was something
Yeah.
that sounds intelligent.
I second that we make the invocation. However, it's open to whoever the presenter, how it wants to be done.
So
I'll second it.
Thanks, Candy.
But how do you use your destiny?
Yeah, Teresa. Krista?
So essentially, you'd like to leave it the same? The way
Yeah,
it's been.
leave the same, yeah.
Do nothing.
Do nothing.
do nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know that it just feels good that far.
I don't know, am I able to speak?
No,
Well, actually, as I'm still a counselor, my thoughts and theories were on it is that with us open to Zoom and that, we can be sued by that. And not only from that, it's, we accept money from FEMA. And FEMA and the federal employee and the federal government basically wants it to be
nonpartisan.
yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
That's too bad.
That's too bad, isn't it?
We can be denied fees from the federal government.
But if we leave it the way it is, we
No,
can't.
no. If we wide open like this,
You know, I don't want to change it. Nope. I leave it right open.
Just something, interject something. I know at the beginning of their workday at BLM, which is a federal office, Department of Interior, they pledge allegiance and say a prayer every morning at the beginning at 8 a.m. Just FYI.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Okay.
So then the motion has been made and seconded that it should be just left as it is. Vote.
I,
Capital.
I'm going to abstain.
Anthony Reeves, yes, of course.
Mr.
Kenneth
Ferguson.
Ferguson, aye.
Heather Cook, aye.
May I provide an update on Chris Cochran?
Yes.
He left the office, ran home, grabbed some dinner and he's home, so he should be joining soon enough. So I'll watch for that. To circle back to the very first. Okay.
Yeah, because
Right.
next is the Oregon Water Association Conference, which is gonna be $900, including hotel for Carol.
What you think, Carol?
Ms. Cook?
And that's something that has to be done.
Yes. it
There's no
does.
choice. That has to be done.
Yes, yep, on
No, it's a no choice option.
it.
Just to let you know.
Mr.
So I'd like to make a motion that we, well, first, let me rescind that, even though I started. Where are you going to go?
I have
Well, I'm just,
to one of them.
right, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, okay.
Every 3 years.
Which one's the one that's closest?
It's usually, no, either the Dallas, no, not Dallas, it's usually,
Sun River?
no, it's. that one.
Not Seaside, is it? It's not Seaside, is it?
This
No, I
one
don't
is
like
in Sun
Seaside.
River.
No, it's up in the gorge. I don't know why I can't remember it. I gotta go to that thing every 3 years.
Yeah. Thought it was at the Dalles, at the
It
school in
depends.
the Dalles.
It depends, there's Dallas and, Pendleton area.
Okay, okay. Milton Creek, not Milton Freewater, but,
It's either up somewhere around there.
Yeah.
They're in that area.
yeah,
Year or every, I guess year to year,
yeah.
but yeah, they have them, like on the coast at certain
Mhm.
different spots.
Mhm.
They seem to have one at Seaside every year. But sometimes they'll be in Bend.
Yep.
And those cases, I don't need hotel. If they're close enough, I don't need hotel and truck and, well, travel, but no hotel. What the fee is gonna be, it's just how far I have to go.
Yeah.
So,
Kenneth or Anthony? I'm not sure who it's
so I'd
first.
like to make the motion that we have set aside $900 for Terrell for the Oregon Water Association Conference.
Second it.
Anthony?
Carol, is that gonna be enough to cover everything, meals and everything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Questions? Ready to vote?
Yes,
Teresa?
I,
Celine?
I,
Anthony?
Anthony Reeves, of course.
Kenneth?
Ken Ferguson, aye.
That's a good guy.
Passed unanimously.
Krista, can you let like Pat Farrell and Robert and I and Ron Vergamatic know about that? We went
I
to it
did.
last time. So if it is in Bend or Sun River, we would be willing to attend. Is it still free? Like the actual.
the actual, yes, that
Okay.
actual portion
Because
is,
if it's in Sun River, we could probably go down and take the class too, so that it's good to have other people in the city that take the class so that we have other responsible, what do they call it? Direct
Direct
responsible person.
Right.
I mean, would you mind if we went with you or?
No,
Okay.
but you have to be registered through the city for it to be free.
Okay,
I did send you and Pat
Okay.
the stuff,
I
but
will,
if you need it again, let me know.
okay. I need to do a better job of checking my email.
Okay, and our next is accept or deny resignation from the water master maintenance meter reader action.
I want to deny it. It should have gone this far. Yeah, I couldn't believe that it went this far. He's not quitting.
So you're making a motion?
I would like to, yes. I, I would like to make a motion not to accept Carol's resignation as water master of maintenance and meter reader.
I second that motion.
Oh, what are you raising your hand?
I should have a chance to rescind that before you guys vote
Oh
on it.
dear, you're quitting?
No.
He said rescind.
I should have a chance to rescind it before you guys vote on
You can't rescind.
it. So if you guys can accept me rescinding it or vote no on
Resignation.
resignation.
We don't want your resignation.
And that's
Whether
what
than I.
it got it first and seconded and
So, well, it could work, it goes either way,
correct.
but I should have the right to do that for.
You can.
Understood.
That would have been under wanting to pull that off when we were putting the accepting the agenda. That could have been pulled out.
No.
No.
I'm rescinding my resignation would be me taking it back.
Oh,
What?
I don't think there was confusion on what rescind means. I think she was just clarifying that you would rescind that during when the agenda was being approved or not.
right.
What live and we're discussing it, you know.
Because that's how the meeting works, is you have to do those things at a certain time and then it gets approved.
Okay, so Teresa made the motion and it's made the second.
Yep.
Teresa,
I,
Anthony,
It reads yes to the parent.
Ken Ferguson, aye.
That's a good guy.
Kathleen, so you wanted us to go off the performance review?
I guess we'll have to wait, we'll have to, already voted on it, apparently, so we'll have to do take some action.
And this would be right.
No, but those two we have to write, I guess. That one, wait. Not the supervisor line.
Oh, he did the performance review.
Yeah. Steve.
Steve.
Because he does not work with her ideas. That one's job. It did not seem fair.
yeah.
I haven't seen it myself, though.
See, man, there's also that.
I'm going to ask for some clarification from Kristen.
We gave around something to.
Yeah, we know it's actually in the where we got there.
Okay, let me confirm
Yes.
with Krista. I believe that we can, I believe that we can at least go ahead and set it off.
Yeah, I'd like to go over this with Steve. For-
Okay, So then I will ask my council, go ahead and make a motion. If,
Can I ask what the benefit is?
I don't know that there is a benefit.
Because at this time, we would hire her as a permanent full-time employee. I mean, sorry, a permanent part-time employee, sorry.
Well, okay, give me some time to look it over then, because I have never seen it.
Because I do believe the mayor asked for your input. And that, so these comments are including his input. And then also, it would be to approve extra hours until budget, which we talked about in our staff meeting.
So these comments.
So both of these come together.
Correct.
Comfortable with he filling this out because Carol's been with her and help working with her and it's her. Somebody's gonna evaluate me there. and it knows me.
Yeah, this couple things we gotta do. Attendance has been, she's always been there for the city when she needed to work. And here it said, it does not say, it says her attendance is improved.
That was specifically the mayor's comment, or your comment to the mayor.
No, it wasn't, not about the city.
When we had a meeting in our office, Carol, you specifically said that there's times that she's not there.
I said, I told you on my personal job, not for the city.
Okay, well, she just said this is true, so I don't know where to go from this then.
Well, no,
That's fine. It's good. You're-
I mean,
It's
I
good.
guess
You're-
I'll leave it up to her.
We can do that with that. We're just confused on why Steve did it instead of Carol.
Because in our employee handbook, he is your supervisor. Carol is your immediate supervisor who works with you. But for all intents and purposes, I mean, that is what the mayor's job is to be.
It's just, I'm sorry, you guys, we had two meetings canceled with Steve for whatever reason. it doesn't matter. I'm not,
Yeah, we could
just
have
not, I'm not
went through
complaining
this
about that. But that's another confusion too, you guys. We were supposed to meet with Steve before today. And it just never happened. So sorry for all the confusion. If everything's good, I'm good.
yeah, we like it.
I mean, next evaluation, man, you gotta work with me, and let you know.
It really
I'm
just,
just teasing.
it really just affords you a different set of,
Like boundaries, kind of.
yeah, when you become a permanent part-time person, that you're not now probationary, you have more grievance processes and things like that. You have,
Like more on board. not just have
Yeah,
something with no
yeah,
authority or
yeah, because
like
when
rights.
you are a government employee, it is different than an at-will
Yeah.
employee.
Mhm.
And so really, I understand that Terrell can make whatever comments, if you would like to make, good comments or whatever, or even add them and sign it, I mean, that's great, but we just need to either, are you a part-time person? Are you a seasonal person? Are you? And then approve your hours if that's the case too. It meant no disrespect whatsoever, that was just.
Like I said, sorry for the confusion, guys, for trying to get this with Steve. It just didn't happen for the last 3 days, which, like I said, not complaining, stuff happens, done it before myself.
The
So
last
sorry for all
3
the
days,
confusion.
well.
That's what we're confused about. That's it.
So he's been on his back and now he's in the emergency room.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, it's, yeah, I'm, like I said, I'm not complaining, like, oh, why isn't he here? No, that wasn't sort of the case, not. We were just supposed to meet with him and get this all cleared up before all this happened, and now we're clearing it up now. So. Yeah.
Kind of a half related thing. How many hours do you have left between now and July 1st that she wants to add 90 hours? How many hours does she have?
Who are you asking? I'm sorry.
Oh, Krista, how many hours does she have between now and July 1st left?
The way the hours were added, like when you look in this packet, it accumulates a total, but we have the community development hours, which shouldn't include her regular hours, so I cannot give you that actual number, but that was the recommendation from the mayor is, and I believe Terrell and everybody at the staff meeting was that we need to increase hours so that we can shift some administrative things to Terrell and start getting her trained so that in the event something happens to Terrell, there's somebody there to give him time off and things like that.
You agree with that, Terrell?
Partially.
Well, that's another reason why you guys be out. Yes.
Sorry. So basically, these 90 hours would be added, but may not be used? Is that what we're looking at? Because I don't want to see hours taken away from Carol and given to her, or that's what I want to make sure, you know, and that's basically for,
But
Then,
they were not,
okay, go ahead.
sorry, yes. They were not budgeted for is my biggest concern.
How's that?
Well, they weren't budgeted for.
Says who?
When the budget went out, they gave her initial hours.
But where do you see it's not budgeted?
But last year to this year, but her hours budgeted with an extra 90 hours.
With an extra 90 hours, all I mean is that the way that it's worked, it could be taken out of either of the positions.
You mean like you was off Saturday, I was out. Yes.
Yeah.
But again, you guys, this is all because we were supposed to get together.
There's no way we can wait till they can have a meeting and table this.
Well, then you should.
At least on her.
I mean, because this is, Steve should be here and we know he can't. But this needs to be remedied and we can talk about it today all we want, but we should table this for that.
So I just don't understand what the big vision is. She's doing, basically, we have a performance, says she's doing a great job. We want her to, Carol wants her to stay. We want to get her hired on and give her more hours. So I'm not understanding where everybody's thinking that it's not good for, this is
You're like, what's the problem?
right, it's like for you.
Because
Yeah,
the
so
city
I'm not-
does have a budget that.
yeah, we do have a budget, Terrell. Sometimes we all need to know where we need to look into our things first.
Okay, Carol, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the concern is that all these departments have so many payroll hours budgeted, and to give her 90 more hours, it's gonna take away from somebody else's payroll, payroll hours to fill in that budget hole. The Terrell got a huge raise during this budget thing, and that's, and that really bumped everything up as far as getting closer to the budget limit on all these departments' payroll. Water master, meter reader, it really bumped, the increase in pay rate has really bumped his pay closer to for these departments, closer to the maximum. That's what the concern, I think, is.
In addition of 90 hours or an approval of 90 hours that are already exist?
It'd be an addition.
In addition, yeah.
So we have $3,782 for operating contingency in the general fund. That is unallocated money.
For 90 hours. They're asking.
Until July or through July.
Well, that's just in the general fund.
Oh, no, for.
Yeah, for her hours
Yeah.
until budget.
So that means that her position would be budgeted for the hours that we're asking for. There is the money to pay for them.
Yes.
Okay.
And then in the water fund, we have a 32,320 operating contingency. We have 5,000 unappropriated and balance, which is supposed to carry you through until the end of budget. So I think if you wanted the hours, you can make it work. We're in those couple spots.
Somebody want to make a motion? Bennett?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Suzanne's performance review and approve the additional 90 hours until the next upcoming budget.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion?
Brooke, Teresa,
Aye.
Janine, Anthony,
Anthony Reeves, yes.
Ken Ferguson, aye.
Heather Cook, aye.
That's unanimous there.
the performance review for Kristen Miller. I make the motion to accept the performance review for Kristen Miller. Okay, Dean, there's no second.
Hey, clerk, real quick, I just want to make sure that since me being the supervisor and I need to recuse myself from any.
Yes, I'm sure.
We have a motion. Oh, that one died, gotcha.
Tiffany?
I make a motion to table this particular review discussion until
Later,
next meeting
council meeting or
or maybe a work session.
We can't vote on the work session.
Discuss
Well, we
it.
can talk about it, at the work session, vote at it.
No,
correct?
this is performance, job performances.
Right.
Correct.
So we can vote to accept or not accept, correct?
Not to talk at work session. It's not a work session. Yeah, for the work session.
So the next meeting. City council meeting,
What would tabling it?
the discussion on this acceptance of the review.
Respectfully, no, thank you. If whatever you have to say, I mean, I don't want to be, every month.
Why would this be tabled for the next council meeting?
Pardon, I made a motion.
I'm asking a question.
I made a
about-
motion, ma'am.
Right, and I'm asking a question about it.
you have to wait until it's seconded and then go ahead and open it up for discussion. You made a motion.
The motion was
table it
to
Until next meeting.
table this until the next meeting, correct? The next town council meeting.
Second it.
It is open for discussion.
Thank you, and sorry for that. Why would we table this for the next council meeting?
I think we have to really
No.
say.
Yeah.
No,
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 we
we don't.
don't. No, we don't. That
Hold
question,
on, hold on.
We're under no obligation to answer that. We've made a motion. and we're
According
gonna
to
vote.
who? You have no obligation. I'm asking a question about a motion that you made. To table something for a different meeting, and I'm asking why we would do that.
Ma'am, we don't have to give you reason. We just made motion to do this and
You don't have to
You wanna
provide the public with
discuss?
clarification
You
on
wanna
the motion
discuss
that you're making.
the actual, ma'am,
You can't just, there's
I'm
no,
not gonna argue with the visitor.
a visitor, a citizen?
Yes,
She's a citizen. She's a resident. So how I understand is when we do open for discussion and whatnot, if the people are not understanding what we're talking about, we've always in the past explained, well, because we don't have all the information or we haven't received the information, not just because, well, we don't feel like not talking about it because somebody doesn't want to talk about it. Especially when it comes to job performance and stuff, the city clerk has already sat here and authorized and said that if there's any issues that she wants to talk about it right now and to get it taken care of. And so therefore, I think that there needs to be a little bit of more of an understanding.
should we rescind that and start all over?
Nope.
Okay.
Ms. Cook?
I don't know if she's comfortable with it, but I would not be totally comfortable discussing points of this performance review in an open public meeting. I'm just letting that be known. I don't want to sit there and say things that are good or not good in an open public meeting about her job performance. I don't want to do that in an open meeting. I'm not comfortable with it.
Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with what you're comfortable with, not. It's the person that's in the either maintenance and or city clerk. That's their choice.
And that's what my beginning of my
And
sentence was.
And so she wants it to be taken care of. back to just tabling something because we shake our head no. I need more.
All three of us had the option to have an open meeting or a closed meeting, and all three of us signed a paper stating we wanted an open meeting. for our-
Thank you.
for our, or else it would have had an ORS and then we would have went into executive session.
So then I would then again ask, especially with this information, I would then again ask council why we would table this.
Because we have a lot of reasons. We do have things to talk about. and
I'm
Cheryl,
asking- I'm sorry, that's
Excuse
my
me.
bad. I interrupted. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Anyway, there is a lot of things at issue for this last year and nothing, he's done a good job of saying that she's done, that I have issues with this last year. Closing down the office in the city for over 2 months and not even getting an I'm sorry or trying to do something, I can't. No.
Ms. Cook?
Okay, in very general terms, I don't agree with several parts of this performance review. Okay, and I can go and pinpoint them out if you want right now, but I'm not necessarily agreeing with tabling it either, but I don't agree with this performance review. If it was my choice, I'd make a motion not to approve it.
Isn't it on the
I know.
agenda for us to discuss why we disagree or agree with it?
That's what we're
Yes.
doing.
But you're motioning to table it, so we have
No.
to table.
No,
That's
the
our
we're
discussion.
just talking. I just said why.
It's okay.
It's
No,
not.
I think you
The motion was
misunderstood what I
made to
said.
go ahead
I
and
think you're
No,
misunderstanding.
let,
the motion was made to go ahead and set it up until the next council meeting.
Mhm.
And that's why she's asking for
I'm
clarification.
asking for reasons why we would do that, and the only one that was provided is because you didn't get an apology for closing down the office, and because we
Okay.
have reasons that we disagree with it, and I'm asking, would this be the time to discuss why we disagree with it, if it's on the agenda?
Yes, it is.
So if it's, no, you're asking to table it, and this is the
I
time to
just
discuss
said,
it.
okay, everybody sat here, didn't say nothing. I says, okay, we'll do it. And I didn't feel comfortable with her closing down the office for 2 months. And the city, that's what I was talking about. And yes, we're discussing it.
Right, I think you're just saying,
No,
okay, you're just saying in a circle, I'll repeat.
no,
myself.
you are in a circle.
Ms.
No.
Cook?
What is happening right now?
Ms. Cook?
No,
Okay, everybody, just chill for a minute, okay, please. Anthony, are you willing to rescind your motion if I make a motion to not accept this? Not accept it.
Oh, of course. This just gave a little leeway to discuss it next month, so.
And all I asked was why we would do that. That's all I asked this whole time is why you would do this next month instead of right now.
okay, that's
No, not
Why
yet.
are we done?
Not yet. All right, so.
Are you willing to rescind it?
Yeah, I'll rescind that motion then.
May I make a statement? Why is this fair as an employee that all of you have a problem and it's the same thing as last time?
she's.
I'm just trying to seek some clarification. Why, if you want employees to stick around, you guys will bend over backwards for Cheryl and Sue to make whatever happen for them. But you will not just get to whatever we need to get on with and let's just do it. I mean, it is employee happiness in their job not important? I mean, I think I have brought this city a lot of different things. Of course, there's been some bumps, but I think that we've done a lot. And I'm pretty proud of that. And nobody has one good thing to say in my last review or this review, not one good thing. And you know what? I met with people at the clerks conference, 2 minutes talking to people I didn't know had something good to say about me. And not anybody here has something good to say, not even one thing. You can't think of one thing. That's terrible. Why would I want to stay here? That's terrible. I'm not tabling it. I will not sign my paper to have whatever for next meeting. No, no big deal.
That's been rescinded anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's not fair to me.
This emotional issue. is an emotional issue. We need to vote on this.
We have.
I'd like to make a motion to not accept this performance review.
Second that.
Why would we not accept?
That'll
this
be in
performance
discussion.
review?
It's open.
Okay. It says there's been no complaints, there's been many complaints. It says that she has good interpersonal relationships. There's been, some of the complaints show proof that she does not have good interpersonal relationships. Unfortunately, sometimes not with the council, but with customers, the citizens, she does not have good personal relationships. There's been complaints on that. You know, that's why I disagree with this review. There has been complaints. I do respect the fact that she did take the initiative to do ongoing training. I know she still, I won't say no, I think she still needs more training in some areas, but I don't agree with this review because there have been complaints and some of those are on interpersonal relationships. I do respect the fact that she's willing to go out there and get the training she needs, go search for it and get it and use it and apply it. But, you know, and that part of the discussion, this is why I do not agree with this performance
I think you read
evaluation.
it wrong. That was, he had no complaints.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So what training would you like me to go get? That you say that I need
Yeah.
more training?
He's still speaking and asking.
I don't know, if you're still attending all these clerks things, all these, you know,
Okay.
if you're willing, there is, I think there needs to be, I don't know if it's training or just whatever, but to learn how to deal with that water customers and other things and not get upset. You know, and deal with other people in a more professional manner, a calm manner, even though I know it's very hard.
Like right now?
I'm sorry. You know, and I'm kind of upset that, and I'm not the only one, but there's been complaints and the complaints have just kind of, okay, it's thrown, you know, it seems to be that they've been thrown to the side.
But that's not on me.
I know, but
So
it's part of your performance. It's not his evaluation, of your performance, but it's your performance. And everybody, a lot of people on council think he's biased on your as your boss anyway.
So how would they know that if we're not discussing it in council? How would you know that everybody has a problem with him if we're not discussing it right now? And if he is the
It's been
supervisor,
verbalized.
so if he's the supervisor, why am I being reprimanded for how things are handled with complaints? They're forwarded to him, he gets them. If you don't like that process, then change it, but I don't have anything to do with how they're handled after he gets them. So now that's my performance.
And in addition to that, I do not, if somebody says, I don't like what her performance, that means absolute honestly nothing to me. What don't you like about the performance? Like, is she not sending bills out? Is she not paying bills? Is it getting thrown away? All these things have to be narrowed down. And just because, and then if somebody gets sick and people get upset because the office is shut down over illness, people that are upset, well, there's things that happen in life. And then people want to get upset because.
The city's closed.
Right, well, we're doing just great too. I have not received, only 2 people that actually have had complaints. And I've spoken to them. Rather than that, all I have received is, I don't like what she's her performance. I don't like how the tables are set up in the city hall. I don't like how the budget lines are how tall they are. That's all personal preferences. That's not a job performance.
You got a very long list from me on September 24th, October 3rd. That was detailed.
Yes, and not one thing, not one, no, it was not. Just because you don't like does not make it somebody wrong. I don't like me having to do the speed limit, but guess what? I have to do it. Doesn't make.
You don't have to, but I mean.
But it doesn't make the person wrong for doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the complaint thing is just far past complaints. They're ridiculous.
So then if there's only been, you said 2 complaints
That have
received.
besides the what's the habitual or there's a word for it now. Habitual people that just keep sending rank over and over and over and over.
So if there's only 2 valid complaints, I'm just asking for clarification, is that you're saying the complaints is as to why we should deny her job performance review? Is because she has 2 complaints?
I can't say, I cannot agree with you because the word 2 complaints.
No, I'm not asking you to agree. I'm asking if that was what you told me, that the reason why you were wanting to deny this review is because there's complaints made against Krista. And I'm asking, so because there's 2 complaints made against Krista, that is why you want to deny her whole review?
Because you putting the words 2 complaints in, no.
So I just clarified with Counselor Ferguson that there has only been 2 valid job performance complaints.
Who determines valid?
Mr. Ferguson, the supervisor that has to filter through the complaints, clarified that right before I asked you.
So, I mean, I think it's been in my packet. I am going to school full-time. Not only am I going to school full-time, but I'm double-time, full-time. And on top of that, I'm getting certified as a clerk. I'm on 2 committee meetings through OAMR. I joined the Mayor's Association and I am at everybody's beck and call for whatever's going on. That doesn't deserve even a thank you for scanning the bills and emailing them to me. Not even a thank you. I mean, I am so double time, it's not even funny. I don't even clean my house because I'm in school or I am doing work. I don't know what other training you want me to get, but I graduate with a bachelor's next year. And then I go on to my master's. You guys can either take it or not, that's fine, but some other city will. Let me move on, please.
Okay. Close for discussion, we'll vote. Teresa,
Nay,
Vote to accept her.
no, I vote not to accept.
So you would agree with me, that would be a yes.
Oh, I agree with you then. Yes, we don't.
yes, we don't. Yeah, now.
I don't know, I'm confused.
Okay, repeat the motion,
Vote
please.
for yourself.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
you
I,
said we, so I'm trying to
I spoke
clarify.
for her.
Vote for yourself.
No, what I'm saying is. Now I am. You know what, I vote
Her
no, not to
motion,
accept.
her motion was to not accept
That's right, not
her
accept.
performance,
That's right.
Krista's performance review.
Thank you.
So we're voting not to accept it?
Correct.
No.
Anthony,
Anthony Reeves, yes.
And the Ferguson, no.
Catherine Cook, yes.
So what's that mean?
Yeah.
It means that they voted to not accept your performance review.
So what's that mean, though?
I'm not sure. either. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Means it
Maybe
doesn't
I
go
will
in your
talk
file.
with,
It doesn't go by file.
What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll talk with the League of Oregon Cities and ask for a little bit of clarification on that. And if they need to send me someplace else, I will go ahead and get on that. But if we know, as a council, and the citizens of Mitchell, of how we actually go ahead.
Yeah.
You know.
I just don't agree with it, so.
It's
That's
like,
why I
I'm not
did.
showing up to work tomorrow, is what it sounds like.
And we needed to go back for,
We do, except for he never popped on here and
okay,
You still got
that's the audit
Sorry?
bids and
You still got the
accuracy
ordinance,
for
the-
the Rockford.
Oh.
two others.
yes.
Audit bids and ordinance.
Yes. So I think we can go ahead and just move on with the audit bids. I don't think that he's gonna be on here. We'll have to move this to next meeting.
Okay.
Does that need a motion made on that? Table? Yeah.
Or
We'll put it on
the
the-
financial review increased fee. You can go ahead and approve that if you would like to pay that. That's different than the audit bid. The financial review was the letter sent by Chris Cockburn.
So did you want to step back to that one?
Sorry, yes, please.
Okay, we're gonna step back. We're gonna go to financial review, increased fee to continue.
Clarification, this is a financial review that has been at some point agreed to and it's to be done. It is ongoing. It is a financial review. It's just going over the books. It is not an audit of any sort. It's just a financial review.
No, you're on the wrong place. You went back because there was the.
No, financial review, increased fee to continue. That's a financial review. I'm just clarifying that it's a financial review is not the same as an audit.
It says audit bids.
That's on the bottom, one at the top again. We're right underneath new business, first item. That's what we're,
Your increased fee to continue action. Oh,
that's where we're at.
Who's got the floor? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Not Ross. I'm just trying to keep track of.
Yeah, I did, I saw it. I had it.
No, I don't. What did you have, are you asking me the question?
No.
Okay,
Okay, I repeat, for clarification, this is a financial review that was set on earlier. And it is currently in action. This is not, this statement is not for an audit, okay? It's no way it has anything to do with an audit. I just wanted to clarify that.
excuse me, but you're wrong.
In the process of being done, they are requesting more money.
For a financial
for their
review.
job. They are requesting more money to go ahead and complete the review that they're in the process of. They're months into it. And now they are requesting more money to go ahead and get that done over in the public. What they had already given the city,
I understand.
they bid for, and the city went ahead and accepted it. Now they're back here saying, we need more money. Yeah. But they're gonna get more money for it, or.
Yeah. They need,
And you have to take an action on it.
Yeah.
So,
so basically, they need more money to continue on, to do a little bit more work within this financial review. That's what that's, you know, hey, you know, we done the financial review, but now there's more work we have to do. So we need more money to do this work.
Yes.
Yes, I understand that.
Mr. Reeves?
Could council read the first page of this report?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is not a report. It's a
It's
letter.
a mistake.
It's from the account, all the errors that they have come up with, and it's like, what? You gotta know about this.
Okay.
Come on. This
He's
is,
on emotional outburst. Sorry, I had to say that.
Do you have them at this?
no, so they need $9,000.
Excuse me, I'm trying to hear the president speak.
There were people in the audience that were wondering whether they had access to being able to read that letter from.
I was wondering where.
It's in there.
It's in the
It's in there.
packet, yeah.
Where is it?
Like this.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, okay, to clarify this does not include any audit.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
I feel like we're getting really hung up on the audit portion. This is what the city has always done.
Yeah,
This is what we engaged in. And when you spend over a certain threshold, you have to have an audit. Always get a financial review. You guys signed for it.
Don't remember when.
I'm not concerned about the audit, we need audit, but I'm concerned about the list of incredibly big amounts of money errors on the first page. More money to finish. But it's the CPA's brain.
that's good.
Yeah, Anthony, I need to clarify. Yeah, this has been ongoing. It's a financial review, it's a CPA. Okay, it's not a forensic audit.
Right.
So it's clarified, they're doing their job, but they have more work to do. In order to do more work and look at more things, they need more money. That's what we need
I
to
understand
decide.
that. And I've got no problem with giving more money,
I don't either.
find more money.
That's good.
I want to make a motion that we agree to the increased fees for this, for the financial statements that Cogburn and McClintock Clark is doing for the city.
Good dollar amount.
That's somewhere in there. What it was. It's from 5,000 to 6,200, I think. It's like a $1,200 difference. Yeah, last page.
We have, there's a $9,000 fee and a $6,500.
Increase our original fee estimate of $6,575 by $2,500. Sorry about that.
No discussion? Go to vote.
That we authorize.
The increase
Okay.
amounts for the,
Okay.
Lisa?
Going that one, yay.
Yes.
Jennifer, it's nine.
Chester guy.
Passed unanimously. Okay, and now we go back down to audit bids from Acuity.
Cochran should have been in there.
Cochran's presentation, when he was going to come on in the beginning, he was giving you a verbal, his audit proposal is 14,000 to start with.
Okay.
And then it's the same contract that you already signed up with.
Okay.
Who's the stat?
Same guy she's using for the financial review. Okay. Need to make a statement. Cockburn is a CPA. You can do an audit, you cannot do a forensic audit. A forensic audit has to be a certified forensic accountant, certified by the state. The audit I asked for was a forensic audit. Okay, the acidity is also the same. It's a financial, the paper she gave us is for a financial audit for 2023, 24, 25. What I was asking for, if you look back in the meeting notes back, was I was asking for a forensic audit for 2020, 2020, from current back, okay? I do have, I talked to several people. I only got one email back about the conversation I had with one of the firms. I sent an email to Krista, but it was late. I'm gonna read it out loud. Can I, Krista? That email?
I don't think that has enough information. And what I asked was that you send the proposal because there's more things to consider in a proposal than just this email. You don't have enough information, I feel.
Okay, what additional information you want him to send me?
The proposal.
Okay. Okay.
And so if you don't want to do if you don't want to do it at all, I already started Acuity before you even.
Acuity is not a CFE.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Okay, sorry.
I had already said in the work session that I, on my own, initiated because of the conversations in budget last year, us going into budget, I thought I would take it upon myself to provide you with something in the event you didn't have something. And I already had that. He gave you the review number, he gave you the audit proposal, and you keep going on about the forensic audit. That's fine. You already stated that you were taking care of that. So you got those proposals handled with the forensic audit. I'm just giving you an option that this needs to be done in a timely fashion right after this cycle is over in July. Acuity starts. We're in February and we still can't keep track of our budget because the review is not complete. That is not acceptable. You need to have it done as soon as this cycle is over so you can stay on track. They're the ones that give you the numbers so that you go into the next year. What you're asking for in your financial review is a total cost to the city for delivery of services, the expertise of the contractor, the references regarding prior work, the capacity and capability to perform the work, educational, professional records, availability to perform the assignment, timeliness of delivery of service, experience in working with the city, knowledge of the city's needs and desires. That email did not have enough information.
Okay. Okay, I can get more information, but I'd like to say that I did talk to this gentleman on the phone. He said the council can, if they wanted to, they're welcome to set a limit. He suggested 15,000. He said it would, getting all the stuff to him to his firm in a timely manner, it would only take 4 to 6 weeks. As long as the paperwork, all the stuff got to him in a timely manner, you could complete a forensic audit by a state certified forensic auditor. And this forensic auditor gets the information from the city, but they also work and report to the council. Okay, so not everything's going to be going to Krista, it's going to be coming to us too. So if he sees something like this letter in Cockburn, he's going to say, hey, council, this is what I found, blah, blah, blah. He's going to also go back with our reports to the bills to pay. If there's a bill that was paid and council was not aware of it, or did not, thus could not approve it. If something was bought without previous approval from council, he's gonna tag all this stuff. If there was a check sent out to John Smith, but it was never showed up on bills to pay, he's gonna flag that. That's what a forensic audit does. He catches all the stuff that was spent and the council didn't know about it, or was spent that was questionable, or things that are possibly messed up and in the wrong place. That's what a forensic auditor does. It's a very deep, that's why they're certified as forensic auditors and not just CPAs, not just accountants. I just want to clarify that.
By saying that, we need a forensic audit, are you insinuating that, or I guess, do you suggest that there's concern of fraud?
I want to kill all concern of fraud with the forensic auditor.
So with no evidence of fraud, we're going to get a forensic audit to make sure there's no fraud,
Correct.
with no evidence of fraud happening.
I'm not going to go into it. There's some things I question.
So no presented evidence has been presented to the public or here's in
It
the council.
doesn't need to be presented to the public.
Clarifying. There's been no presented
Public
evidence
funds.
whatsoever to suggest a need for a forensic audit, correct?
You want me to go into it, Krista?
I'm just asking a yes or no question.
Yes.
Has there been any
There's
evidence?
things I'm aware of
No,
that I'm
was my
questioning
question.
as money spent without authorization.
Okay, so I'll restate my question again for the council. Has there been any evidence presented to suggest the need for a forensic audit to thus far? Has there been any evidence presented?
Not presented to the public.
I would like to
Oh,
say
sorry.
something.
Or council or, yeah, so you got it.
That fireplace was never approved by council to purchase. Okay, never approved by council to purchase that fireplace. It was, what community development funds committee discussed things that we were gonna purchase with the funds, blah, blah, blah. At one point, at one meeting, we went and we discussed, okay, council approved to buy this, to do this, to, that was not included in it. That fireplace was never approved by council.
It was, and number two, Counselor Reeves got the report from the Lions Club to make sure it was okay to take out the stove. And so we got the fireplace in order to replace.
No, that is.
No, I got it in my email. No, I got the email.
No,
I'll pull it up
pellet
right now.
stove.
Excuse me, I have
You
the floor.
offered a pellet stove
She
in
has the
place.
floor.
Exactly.
Anthony, she does have the floor. Let her at least finish.
Right. Pellet
You
stove.
finish your fabrications.
Excuse me.
She may finish her statement, sir.
Anthony.
And we're supposed to have respect for each other, and that means even in these things, especially when we're having a difficulty with a situation and we're trying to argue something, that doesn't mean you come at somebody with an argument with an automatic attack. If you,
We have somebody here with their hand raised. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Oh, let me turn the volume up. Yes, I can. Oh, hang on. I can hear you, but I don't think everybody else can.
Hello?
Just a second. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just wanted to say that a forensic audit is not just because you have suspicion of fraud. It is also to determine if fraud or any misappropriation is possible.
Correct, that's what I said.
Correct.
That's what was already stated.
Thank
No
you.
confusion.
Yeah, go back to my statement. So I feel like there's questions that you have that you could come get for free at the office if you want to plan a day. Why don't you come up and we'll tackle all the questions and we'll go through some things before we start not being good stewards of public funds.
Yes, a pellet stove was discussed. A pellet stove was discussed at a community development meeting. It was not discussed to the point that council approved to buy a pellet stove. It was discussed to possibly buy a pellet stove. It was not discussed to buy a pellet stove. It was not discussed to buy this.
That's not how it works. I feel like you need some time. Can we set some time for questions to maybe clear some things up? Because I feel like this is taking up everybody's
Okay,
time.
yes, your turn.
So even if this fireplace wasn't approved, is that the only evidence
No.
of suspicion of fraud? Because that still is.
I'll talk to Krista about it. I don't need to discuss it here.
Okay, so then are we still entertaining a forensic audit then?
Yes, that's initially what we want to do is a forensic audit. We shouldn't have all this discussion. This town really hasn't had one before. How old is this town? It's time to have one. And this look back and finds out about other bookkeepers or whatever, something else, but it's not all on you, Chris. It's just that it's
Have to be
time.
done.
Mhm.
I don't have a problem, just for the record, I don't have a problem with it. I think the position of Chris Cockburn was that he's not interested in going back in years.
Mhm.
So if you are entertaining back years, he's not interested. And so going forward, in the forward years, yes, he will, 14,000 was his offer, and then that's where it starts. If you put that cap on it, I'm sure you could probably put a cap like you were saying as well. I don't know. You can choose to take this acuity or not. I don't care. I just presenting you with options is all. I just feel like come July 1st, we should have something in place. We should.
Okay. Are you done? Okay, I don't want to interrupt you. Okay, so you're saying the security is not in lieu of the forensic audit?
No,
It's something in addition to the forensic for the upcoming years.
for the upcoming year and in replacing Chris Cockburn for one, the timeliness, one, they come in the office, they go through all your papers, all your little tags and receipts and everything, and they make sure everything is all, good with your invoices and, what was paid and things like that. And they get it done. There's they do fossils, and Fossil is happy with their service. And so that's where the recommendation comes from. So I feel like somebody that's coming in the office and looking at the papers, I don't know if your forensic audit is going to do that. Sounds like you have to send out for things, but anyways, they come in and they look through all the things. So at least maybe just make that switch to, if you don't want to do an audit with them, they will still just do the review. But once we start spending a certain amount of FEMA dollars, it will trigger an audit anyway, period. I think it's 100,000. I may be off, 100,000 or 250,000 in federal funds, and that you already have to have one.
Once we get our funds established and we know what the amounts really are in each account, do you think we need a constant ongoing audit or financial review? We should be able to keep the books after
It's
that.
not,
You're required to.
it's not an ongoing thing, though. It shouldn't be taking this long. It was supposed to have been done in August. They just sat on it for a while, and then they decided to pick it up, and it was the same as the year before, where they just decided to pick it up around this time. And it takes too long to get it back.
Okay.
That really doesn't.
But you think we need acuity every year for $16,000?
No, I think at the very minimum, you have to have the review.
But
That-
aren't we doing that now?
If you're not getting it on time.
Okay.
It's not an ongoing thing. It should be just to come in for a couple of weeks, get all your papers and go do your report and be done. It shouldn't be going on and on for months and months and months or years.
So. I don't think we need. I know, once we get it done, once it's done and set, I don't think we need an ongoing financial review for 2023, 24, and 25.
We may need
We need to get Cockwood to get their stuff done and get it. We need a financial review to get done and get finished by Cockburn and them, and just say, okay, it's done, period. We have it done. Now let's go forward with our correct accounting procedures. And I don't think we need a security for every single year in the future.
Who are you gonna use then?
Do we have to have somebody every year?
Yes,
You're required to.
yes.
With the amount of money going through here, the city of Spray budgets, I don't even know what their budget is, but it's taken out of each, like I handle the fire department budget. I have a certain line item for the review or the accounting of every
Okay.
year. It's every year.
So this will be in our future budgets, acuity.
You aren't gonna get them in September. I mean, we just got ours in Spray. I mean, typically, we're always wanting them in September, but we never get them until October, November, December, somewhere around there, but it just is what it is.
And I think with that, it's kind of like the smaller you are. You know, Yeah, they think that it's gonna be a really quick audit. It'll just take a little bit of time, so we'll set this up because they take the bigger populations. And those are the ones that are really.
Yeah, but if we do this every year for 2023, 24, 25, it shouldn't take that long. It should be a few things because, especially if we use the same company, because they don't have to go back. If they do one in 2024, should not have to go back to 2023 because they did that one.
They won't.
I'll give you an example. The Soil and Water Conservation District, we use the same company for 10 years. We run through about, I'm not on the board anymore, but we run through about between 700 and 900,000 a year.
Yeah.
And every year it's the same thing. We are scrambling to get it by January. It's just the way it is. They have so much to do in such a limited time. It is what it is, but it's every year.
Yeah, our market's so much smaller.
And a small amount of people that.
Just one more quick thing. So the difference between the review is you just send them things and the audit, they will come in and go through your things. Whether you want to go back or whether you want to go forward is an option.
But if you go back and do an audit or that costs more money.
But your review did not indicate a need for that. If your review came back and said, hey, I think you should do an audit, then you, at that time, the council would have then made that decision. But it did not indicate in the past years. That's why Cochran is not interested in going in previous years because they didn't find anything and didn't see anything that was worth anything. So.
But I think this was worth something.
I did not have experience.
I know, I understand that.
Okay.
I'm not looking at just you. We're trying to clarify, Terry tried to clarify that. We want to go further back than that. Not just you. We want to go,
Okay.
Further back,
we want to
Yes.
go 3 years
3
back.
years.
you want to go back 3 years? Do you know how much that's gonna cost?
Yes.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because what it is, you have not added in 1 penny for the clerk to actually go and pull any of that information that's in boxes up above the office,
Okay.
above office,
So?
anything else. It will be, I mean,
So,
I've been through one, I have been through them, they are,
yeah.
they're very
necessary.
expensive.
Most of it should be in QuickBooks, not all of it. but most of it.
No,
because
it's
you're
not.
asking for a review that's, you're asking for a lot more that none of you have ever been through. I have, believe me, I have.
I was going to ask why we would need a review for the past 3 years, but I think I would rather clarify whether that's the matter at hand or if we're just approving whatever the bid was for the audit.
We're
So are
not
we
discussing the fund,
Are we discussing whether to
We're not-
go back 3 years?
we're not
And an
discussing the
audit-
funds that are audit right now.
I didn't say forensic. I just said the audit bid that's on the agenda.
Let's go forward in the future.
Right, so the topic that we should be discussing is the
Is acuity.
audit bid in the future.
In the
not
future.
past.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Can you do that with?
So can we do that?
Can you do that without, what's his name, not on here?
Yeah, he was for that letter that we already approved.
Yeah,
I
he was-
just wanted
he was-
to answer questions on why
Okay.
some of that stuff was on there and yeah, we can approve this one because the proposal's there. So you can decide whether they want the review or whether they want the audit.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion. This is on audit bids, acuity, Cochran action thing. If that's what we're doing it on. That it's on the only thing that's confusing me was the word audit. But now we got that cleared up.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I put a motion for that to for this to get them to audit bids, acuity and try Cochran.
What she's asking us
I want
to
some
do
money.
is to get Cochran, get theirs done,
Mhm.
and then after they're done, we have to have it every year.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
I
Get
just
an
want to
acuity,
get the
get an
first year going.
acuity. What we're asking is, do we want to start having acuity do it in the future, or do you want to stay with Cochran? That's what she's asking.
That's pretty big.
Counselor,
What?
did you have the floor?
Sorry.
Thank you.
She was trying to make a motion.
Yeah, what we're wanting now to first get this going and stop is giving them money, correct? Saying we approved the money to pay.
No,
No.
See, we're past that.
we're already past that. We're on to audit bids.
We're on to
two
defense.
companies.
Oh, that one.
There's
Yeah,
two
gotcha.
companies that Krista has taken a look at and given the council bids to go ahead and do the audit.
See, that was lasting so long, I was confused. Okay, on that, means we want the forensic working on that.
No,
No, nothing to do with that.
this is for.
Wait a minute,
just
if we-
audit bids. This is just.
Okay,
for
I
the
take
audit
back that
bids.
back then. You guys,
Okay. I'm gonna clarify this and I'll make a motion after. Okay, what we're doing now is discussing whether we're gonna keep Cochran and Midlake Block doing our financial reviews in the future.
No,
No, okay, what are we trying to decide?
we're trying to decide, you guys are trying to decide whether you're gonna take the audit bids from either Acuity or Cochran.
Acuity for 16,000 and Cochrane for 14,000.
Yeah.
And that's.
Which is who you're currently using is the Cochrane.
Yeah.
And
These are the,
I'm not in council position, so I can't say anything.
so, but these are the ongoing audits that we have to have in the future years.
Yes,
Has
Yes.
nothing to do with the forensic.
nope,
Correct.
Okay, I want to clarify that. Okay.
Yes.
So we need to choose whether we want Acuity to do them in the future for 16,000 or Cockburn for 14,000. We need to choose which firms we want to do it in 2023, 24, 25. Our financial reviews / audits, okay? That's what we need to decide on. I'd like to make a motion that we have, just because the performance, I'd like to make a motion that we have Acuity do our financial statements and audits and for 2023, 24, and 25. That's what I'd like to make a motion, to have Acuity do it.
second that.
Why Acuity other than the company?
Cockburn has a bad, sorry. Cockburn is already proven to us, they're not really, they're kind of slow, they're not moving fast enough.
Okay.
So, you know, this should have been done in August, Anthony.
Open for discussion. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Teresa?
for Acuity,
Aye.
but I don't know who is.
Colleen?
Aye.
Anthony?
Anthony leaves yes for that company. What was it?
Chad Ferguson, aye.
I know.
Kathy Cook, aye.
I was gonna vote for mine.
Pass.
That was unanimous, I think, right?
So, yeah, so Krista, when Cockburn's done, you'll have Acuity.
That was like, oh,
Kathy is the one that made the motion
Mhm.
for Acuity. And
I get that.
Teresa is the one that seconded it.
Is that for a review or for an audit?
That's for review. Okay. Up next 3 years.
Oh, wait a
No,
minute.
that was-
Yeah, I did.
No, that was
No,
for
that
the
was for
audit
the audit.
bids.
Oh,
That was for the
okay.
audit bids.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Okay, do we need to,
Just gonna do
No,
audit and
no,
value
no.
review.
Our next thing on the agenda
Okay.
is the ordinance 201. Action. Anthony,
Deputy, I had an old rancher who's lived here his whole life stop in front tonight when I was sitting out here coming to the meeting, and he was worried about this. He said, are they really gonna make me wear a helmet when I drive my four-wheeler down here? I mean, he was truly concerned, and And he wasn't the kind of guy you think would be abusive.
So let me explain some things, Catherine. If you give me just a minute, maybe I can clarify some stuff.
But I can I make one quick comment?
Good.
Real quick, okay, this ordinance is for the city of Mitchell. It is not for the residents. Okay, it is not for the citizens. It is for municipal owned.
So I think I can trump all this anyway.
Yeah.
So let me explain. The city of Mitchell, technically, I'm not sure what you can even do with this ordinance. Because there's already a state law in place that prohibits four-wheelers, all four classes, four-wheelers, ATVs, UTVs, any of them cannot be on a public right-of-way, on a public highway, anywhere. And so technically, and I understand what the city's trying to do because Fossil already tried this 10 years ago. But there is no way that the city can make legal what the state has already deemed illegal. And so as much as I would like to say, I'd love for the citizens of Mitchell to be able to run around on a four-wheeler to go get their groceries or go get their mail. And I would love to say yes to the city being able to buy an ATV and use it for reading meters. I can't because there's already state law prohibiting it.
Oh.
Okay, and the helmet law, as the rancher was saying, the helmet law is only for under 16. If you're over 16, you're not required to wear a helmet on an ATV or UTV. The only exemption for an ATV, UTV is if you are in agriculture and you are going from your property to a field that you manage or run, you are allowed to run an ATV or UTV, all four classes, on a public right-of-way, as long as you have a slow-moving vehicle sign and you are moving slower than 35 miles an hour. But that's a state law. So you can, as a city, make laws that restrict more, but you can't turn over a law that the state has already deemed illegal. Now, most of us believe that within the next short time, that there's a good chance that the state's going to change their stance on UTVs, but we have no way of knowing that because other states already have. With these side-by-sides now, $30,000 side-by-sides with turn signals and brakes and horns and everything else that they need to have. In Utah, you can literally drive a Polaris Ranger down any highway except for a freeway. But in the state of Oregon, you cannot. So I'm not going to say not to do this ordinance, but the thing is Mitchell or Fossil has an ordinance already that is supposed to technically allow machines to be inside their city limits and run, but they can't because we go off of state law. We can't. We have to go by the state law, and so I can't say that we're going to turn our heads and look the other way. So I don't know what to say about it, but I talked to the sheriff about it and confirmed with him where his stance is. And we're running into the same thing in all three towns with ATVs and UTVs being drove. And we would like to think that we can enforce it, but right now you're looking at about the only person that's on the road right now. So, I mean, you can pretty much do what you want as long as I'm not around. Right.
These come in, I mean, you might go, hey, I needed to look at the bird up.
I will say that.
But the state police will not.
Right, and then I will add to that there's been quite a few, there's been quite a bit of discussion with ATVs and UTVs coming into Mitchell from the forest, which they're allowed to run on the forest dirt roads, and they're coming down some of these gravel roads and coming into town to Tigertown. And right now there's a coalition that they're talking about trying to get together with the county and make it legal for the ATVs and UTVs to get to gravel parking area on the outside of town, and I don't know how long that's gonna take, but it would make it legal for them to drive to there, but not on the main street in the city.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
So this ordinance came about for Terrell to get his side by side to go up to the springs. And he also wanted to use it for reading meters. And so we didn't want to spend the money if it was only going to be used once or twice a year or to get up to the springs. But he could also utilize it in town. And I believe the suggestion was made that if it had turn signals and
What I said is that if I was absolutely gonna purchase one, I would make sure that it had every bell and whistle, including turn signals and a horn, because it's technically still not legal, but I don't. The difficulty is I wish there was a way that I could say, it's fine with it if it's a city, if it's in the city limits, it's a city machine, but I can't. I mean, I literally can't go against the state law on that. And so that's where I'm at.
Okay. This ordinance only applies within the city limits, which Dollarhide does not.
No
Well,
matter,
Carol
the state
driving up-
law, the state law covers the whole state inside the city
Oh, I
limits
know,
and outside.
I
the city
know,
limits.
but if Terrell was to drive up Dollarhide, he's out of the city limits anyway, so this, even if we tried to apply this, it wouldn't. Correct?
Yeah, you'd
Correct.
be right
Okay.
there on that
He's outside the
aspect.
city limits.
So it just,
The difficulty is I don't know, so there was a couple of thoughts that I had because I talked to Krista about this about a week ago. And briefly, and then that's when I brought it to the sheriff. There is and I don't know what the legalities are, but there is some of the ranchers around here have it as, I think, like a Japanese type small vehicle. They have the steering wheel on the opposite side. I don't know if they're legal to run on this, if they can be licensed, and maybe
Yes,
they can.
They can be licensed.
I know from my experience managing the ranch for 10 years that Polaris Rangers are more expensive to run, and I'm using Polaris because that's what I know. I don't know Hondas. I don't know any of the other companies. Polaris Rangers are more expensive to run times 3 than a Toyota two-door four-wheel drive.
Really?
Toyota, I could run to check cows, haul salt, do anything like that for $1 a mile on the off-road. A Polaris Ranger is costing me $3 a mile. And that's because Polaris Rangers get 10 miles a gallon. You go through a set of tires. I did not have the highway tires. I had dirt road tires. I go through 2 sets of tires a year at $700 for 4 of them. And it was just, it was a costly thing for me on the ranch. Obviously, you're not running on rocks and gravel and all that. So I understand what the city's trying to accomplish with Terrell being able to read the meters. I don't know if some of them two-wheeled, the other thing I thought it was a two-wheeled, like, and it's not a motorcycle, but they have them moped things and they're able to be licensed. And so I don't know, but I'm just throwing ideas out there because I know that what I just said kind of puts a bind on what the city was hoping.
I didn't realize the cost of them were actually that much. I didn't run.
That's what I found when I was running, and we were running off road. So I mean, it's obviously going to be different when you're running on road and on a smooth road versus something that's going over rocks and whatever.
Yeah, but if it goes up to the springs.
would the council like me to read this ordinance?
no, it's been explained. and
So,
we read it.
And so we understand this is no side by side for Terrell.
Right.
Okay.
We don't want
I'm
to-
sorry, just because the state laws oversee what, if we allow this ordinance, state laws are still gonna get supersede over this.
I know, this came from the attorney, which
I
is
know.
strange, so.
I know.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're clear. Okay, so we're going
I
to,
think part of that might be, and just bringing this up, because I think that the city of John Day had done something like this and had in certain places in town where they were able to run. So I think that there might have been some of that on there as well, but they can't do it.
I know the city of John Day uses, the fire department has a Tahoe. And they read all their meters from a, one of them, it's like a
Scanner.
GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, something. They drive by, hold this thing out the window and read all the meters that way.
The meters have to have the
Yes,
capability.
they do. They're not your whatever size meters. These are high dollar meters, but that's what I know John Day uses for reading meters. I don't know, four-wheelers, and if it's on public ground, so if it was, a four-wheeler was in your park, that's a different deal, because it's not on a state highway, it's not on it's called a premise open to the public, and I can read the ordinance, the state is if anyone wants to look it up, it's ORS 821 .190, unlawful operation of an off-road vehicle on a highway or road.
But if Hash Knife wanted to drive one on the ranch,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything that happens on private property off of a premise open to the public is, we don't have any control over.
We have a motion to deny this one, please.
I make a motion to deny ordinance number 201 pertaining to the municipal operation of ATVs.
So second that.
We've already kind of discussed it unless anybody else had something that they want to discuss.
Is it yes or no?
No, no.
No.
Yes.
Yes,
it
yes.
is. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
Sean Campbell, yay.
Anthony?
Yes, no, it's a.
Ken Ferguson, aye.
That's a good guy.
Yeah, unanimous, all righty. Okay.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
And I will continue to see what I can do to come up with something that would be more feasible for you guys for, reading. I know what you're trying to accomplish. I just,
Yeah.
I
Thank you
wish
for
I
being
could,
here.
I wish I could just say, you have my blessing, but I can't.
Gordon will be happy.
And now we're down to counselors' comments, 2 minutes each. Rita?
Okay. It's taken a while on this meeting and stuff, but I'm pretty proud of it. We got things accomplished. May have a little bit hot, but that's what it's all about. You get it out in the air and discuss it. Thank you.
They're full of agenda.
Yes.
Everything's going on. I've watched, so.
Take my second reaction and be quiet.
I'm good to go, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said I'd mention this. If I need to make a motion to do this, Kristen might will tell me if I do. I don't want to approve the agenda, bills and minutes at one session. It only takes a second to approve them, but I don't like approving them all at once. I would like them to, the bills, minutes and reports and the agenda to be separated on consent to approve. I want the bills approved separately, the minutes separately, the report separately, and the agenda separately. Do I need to make a motion to do that, Krista? Or can I just request it?
Could we refer that to the work session?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Refer that to the work session. Jeremiah looks confused.
Nope.
I think he looks tired.
You working all night?
Hmm?
Working all night?
I hope not.
Some of that is.
Okay, another good thing. Jeremiah, are we doing anything with burned properties?
I have actually just reached out to Krista and got a hold of the owner of the one house
The middle?
to figure out the one that the first one that went on fire.
Okay,
Because I don't know who the owners are, honestly.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out who they are so I can start finding out what their
Well,
plans
the one
are.
on the corner, second house is
A relative of
his son.
his son.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
No,
and, yeah, and he's kind of said, I thought he'd do something about it now, but,
right,
you know,
right.
it's just,
No, I saw that when I was in, I've been kind of in and out. We've been, well, I mean, as most of you probably know, you only ever see my face usually, but I'm the only one on the road. So I'm trying to cover 3
that ain't
towns.
cool.
And I've got a kid that's hired that's working with me learning now. But he's not gonna be solo for several months. So we'll do what we can.
Are you, have you lost officers?
We just, well, since Rodney's left, that was my other one well, Rodney and Mark both were on the road. So.
Okay,
Well, we'll be patient.
I'll try to be nicer.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Yes. let's
Yes.
do it.
Yes, yes.
Person, aye.
Yeah.